Hey guys, my name is Shirley and welcome to Learning with Purpose, where it's all about helping you achieve your goals. Alrighty, so as the title suggests, today we're going to be hitting on a question that I get quite regularly and a question that I asked quite a fair bit as well when I was in my HSC year, which is it too late to get a good Atar? So if you've clicked on this video, you probably maybe have just received a mark you weren't too pleased with, or maybe you're a bit nervous that you can't meet the goal that you've set yourself. So hopefully in this video we can touch on those things and see how we can get through that. So whenever I get asked this question, my answer will always be no, it is not too late. It is only too late after you've actually sat and finished your HSC exam. So any point of time in between now and until you've actually finished your HSC exam, it's not too late. I don't care whether you failed your trials or you haven't been performing well for the past assessment tasks, or even if it's a week before your final HSC exam, it is not too late. It is only ever too late when you've actually sat and finished your exam. So I just thought I'll give you a brief run through of my HSC journey and hopefully motivate you a little bit and show you that, hey, you're fine. Regardless of how much you feel like you've messed up, or regardless of how much you feel like your goals are unrealistic, it is still achievable. So I went into my HSC year and I set a goal to get an Atar of above 90. So when I graduated my HSC year, I graduated with 3 band 5s, 3 band 6s, a state rank in business services, and an Atar of 92.30. So I was completely thrilled with that. It was exactly everything that I'd ever dreamed of. But my journey wasn't completely easy. So I did advanced English. And so yeah, in my first term, I did completely well, fantastic. Second term, things just started to go downhill. I did not perform well at all. And then come around trials, I think I either failed by 1 mark or I passed by 1 mark. So either for my trials, my complete mark was either 49% or 51%. I can't remember which one. And by the end of my all HSC assignments, I think I was ranked second last in the cohort. So I was completely distraught. Like guys, I genuinely thought now my dream of getting a 90 plus Atar was gone. I'd completely failed. I'd screwed everything over. But I kid you not, with all those hiccups along the way, I still managed to pull out a band 5. So if that alone doesn't prove to you that you can still get a good Atar, then I don't know what is. So I guess the point of me sharing that story is to just show you that regardless of how much you feel like you've messed up, or how much you feel like you're screwed or you can't reach your goals, it is still possible. It is never too late. Like, I completely failed my trials. I was ranked second last in the whole cohort. I just messed up my second internal assessment task, but yet I still managed to pull out a band 5. So I'm really here to just tell you, hey, it's not too late. Regardless of how much you feel like you've messed up, it is never too late until you've actually sat that final exam. Right, so I always like to include some practical tips in all my videos to help you guys out. So I've written down about 3 things or so that you guys can use or hopefully use at this time to help you improve your marks and help you improve your mindset. All right, so the first and absolute most important tip is to make a decision that you're not going to quit and that you're gonna absolutely give it your all. Now, this is, I kid you not, this is the most important tip. Like, if you don't listen to the first one, then the other 2 things I'm going to talk about are completely redundant. So the mistake that I made is whenever I failed or whenever I didn't perform as well as I wanted to in my internal assessment tasks, I just quit. I gave up. Like in my maths exam, I remember there was this, I think it was my second assessment task, I got like 71% or something like that. And that wasn't the mark that I wanted for myself. And then I just quit. I'm like, I'm not going tutoring anymore. I give up. It's pointless and all that kind of stuff. And looking back at it now, it was the most stupid thing that I ever could have done. So the first thing that you gotta do is you gotta make a decision that you don't give up. And you gotta make a decision that from now on until the day that you sit and you finish your final HSC exam, you're going to absolutely give it your all. All right, the second tip that I have for you guys is you need to make 3 lists. So the first list that I want you to make is things that you feel like you've been doing well. Then I want you to make a list of things that you feel like you haven't been doing well. then I want you to make a list of things that you think you can improve on. So the first list is important because at this point in time, you probably feel like you're not good enough. You probably feel like a failure and such like that. And those aren't good emotions to be having at this point in time. So it's very important that you do make a list of things that you have been doing right. And I know sometimes it may be difficult to identify things that you're doing right when you're not feeling too good about yourself. But you can just even look at the smallest of things. Something that you could have done right is actually submitting your assessment task, because there's some people who actually end up not submitting. So the fact that you even submitted it, that's something that you've done right. So just make as big of a list as possible of all the things that you feel like you've done well, and that will kind of help you to boost yourself up and help you identify that things aren't as hopeless as you may think they are. And then now the second list is where you really have to be brutally honest with yourself, is identify the things that you didn't do too well. Were you spending too much time on Netflix? Did you leave it to the last minute? Did you not go in depth? Did you not take on the feedback that was given by your teachers? Make sure you make this list and just be as brutally honest as you are, because that's going to help you identify the things that you need to improve on. And then the third and final list that you want to make is you want to make a list of things that you're going to improve on. So this kind of works together with list number 2. So you just make sure you do make those 3 lists, because they're going to help you get a overall bird's eye view of how you've gotten to where you are, and they'll also help you to formulate a plan of how you're going to get to your goal. The third and final tip that I have for you guys is to work closely with a mentor or your teachers. Just because they know what the markers are looking for, they've done the HSC way more times than you have, and more often than not, they can help you identify areas that you can improve on. So pick a teacher or pick a mentor or somebody who's done the subject before, and maybe just book like a 30-minute session with them, or book like a lunchtime session with them, or like stay back after school or something like that. And then just say, hey, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm struggling with. What do you think I can do to improve? What do you think are my areas of weakness, and how do you think I can improve? Or even just like doing regular essays and asking them to mark them. Okay, so those are pretty much the 3 main tips that I have for you guys today. Just remember, regardless of how much you feel like you've screwed up, it is never too late. It is only too late when you've actually sat and finished your final HSC exam. So alright, so yes, with all that being said and done, dream big and hustle hard. I'll see you again next Thursday. Bye!